Hello, everyone. Welcome to Openonu Go call on Jan 19th. This meeting is being recorded, so please be mindful of what you share and speak. So here's the agenda. And the first item is, I think, Holger, you created this particular issue that you're seeing that when you disable the ONU in a multi-uni scenario for TT workflow, some of the TP instances are not cleaned, especially the ones used for HSI, VoIP, and VOD. Is that correct?
Yeah, it seems to be an issue with this use case, single instance TCON per ONU.
Mm-hmm.
That means if one TCON is used for all the UNIs of an ONU, then we don't see any delete TCON requests, and therefore, and these delete TCON requests would be the trigger for us to remove the tech profile finally, and because we don't see such delete TCON requests, the TPs will remain configured in the ONU adapter. And we saw that during the disable device test with this scenario. And we end up in, you can open one of the attached files, the smallest one.
Okay.
But if you see that we end there, actually all the TP, the complete TP map should be empty, and also the flows map which are empty here. But these two 64 and 65 tech profile are configured as described before, that one TCON is used for all UNIs. So there seems to be something in the creation process of the delete TCON requests. As I wasn't sure if this is the root cause is situated in the OLT adapter or in the OLT app, I addressed both applications in this Jira. So Girish, would you mind caring about this?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take
you already assigned it to you. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'll check it today. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I attached also a log file, a KL log, which contains all the images, the logs of all the images. But what I have recognized that some logs are missing, probably because of the lack of resources here at my environment and local notebook environment. So be aware that probably some of the logs are missing.
Yeah, that's okay. I think this is the job, so I should find the logs there as well.
Also, yeah, we found it during the preparation of Thorsten's new test case to test the reconciling with this configuration, but then we realized that probably also the job which is constantly toggling here, that sometimes it is failed, sometimes it is passed, and this could be one of the reasons for that, because sometimes we end with this test case, with this Jenkins job below here, in the reason OMSI flows deleted and not in the expected one tech profile deleted. And this could be related to the issue that we don't receive the described TCON delete request as described before.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to dig more into the logs and see what I can find.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. The next one is new event notifications and/or corresponding performance counters. I think this has been lingering for some time now since the previous releases, but I don't think we got any clarity on this one from the operators, if I'm correct. I remember. Go ahead.
We took it on the agenda because Thorsten wanted to create a new test case to check if periodical audit is working, so the MIP audit is working. And actually, the only thing, or the only way to, or the reasonable way to check if this audit is working or not would be to have some kind of notification event or and so on, which is sent to the core that probably we had an audit failure.
Okay.
But okay, but when you say there's no priority on this, we have to think about this feature at all. Because nobody would see that such a feature is working, or we couldn't test it. Probably we have to think about it.
Yeah, I don't recall how this was done in the Python version. I don't recall if we had an alarm or an event generated in case of MIP audit failure or MIP sync failure. I don't recall. Anyone on this call, do you remember if we had such events?
Chip, do you remember?
No, there wasn't a specific alarm on a MIP audit failure. The OM side had its own events that it did on the Kafka bus just for state changes. You can see it there, but it was basically for debug, not for alerting, management. So no.
Okay. Again, Holger, I don't think we should worry about this for the moment. I mean, I think you did write to Paul from DT, but I don't think we heard back from them on, if they ever needed such a feature. I wouldn't really focus on implementing this if this is not really a priority.
This feature would also give us some possibility, for example, to give the operators some information about the health of the ONUs. For example, if we have to repeat OMCI configurations, or you have any failures here in the processing, you see all the listed stuff. But you mean no operator is asking for it, right?
Yes, I mean, I think you already wrote to both Turk Telecom and Deutsche Telekom. I'll have to look back at my mails, but I think we wrote to them and we did not hear any need for such a functionality. Yes, okay. I mean, definitely this would be useful to check the health of OMCI, maybe reconciliation, such things. But I mean, if there are other priority items, then probably we should start looking at them than this one.
Okay, I see.
I'll move this item down, down below. Do you mind, checking with the operators, just once more, so that we don't miss out on this one if they ever needed such a feature? And just ping them once more. I mean, if they have the need for such a feature, and if we don't hear back from them, just close this as won't do.
Okay.
Memory leaks in long-term tests. Yeah, I saw the Slack messages from you, Holger. As Andrea suggested, probably you may want to run just the Openonu Go tests with pprof enabled.
Actually, I can recall the history. I've done this and haven't seen any special things. And then ONF came up with a statement that they want to have a central ONF soak test, or a special soak pod where these tests are running, and probably I had the wrong idea about the scope of this memory tests performed by ONF. My understanding was that these tests would be done with the profiled loads, and the result could be logs where the vulnerabilities could be identified from. But probably this is not the case. But do you know who have done such tests, for example, for the OLT adapter, the core, or the OF agent, or wasn't there any tests done for in this scope? Do you remember? What do you know?
Honestly, no. I mean, I didn't pay much attention to these jobs. Probably Hardik, if he's on the call, he's monitoring these tests, or Andrea or Theo, they might know. I never really looked into the logs of these test cases.
But they seems to have no failures here.
There are some failures. I mean, the green ones are the enabled jobs. I do see some failure here. Yeah, I'll have to pay more attention to what exactly.
Actually, the use case of this Jira is that we at Atran saw that when we do the same things, configuration or creation, deletion, disable, enable of ONUs, I think it was 50 ONUs for 30, 50 or 100 times, then we see that the memory is piling up that is used by the ONU adapter. And actually, I would have expected that we have a test here which is able to detect such memory leaks in the of the images of the Volta pod. But probably this is not the case, right?
No, I don't think that's the case here, from what I see. But let me check with Andrea.
Yeah, and also it would be interesting if somebody has already done such tests to detect the memory leaks for other images, as I said, for RW core or OLT adapter or ONF agent, OF agent.
Probably, as I said, I'm not sure about that. I can check with Andrea or Theo, but certainly it looks like Soap Sport's goal is, although it seems that it should really look for memory leaks, I mean, if it's a soap pod, but I don't think it's really doing that, and I haven't paid much attention to that job.
Then I would strongly recommend to introduce such test case.
Yeah, I cannot agree with you more.
Yeah, okay.
Let me check with Andrea. But do you want to? I mean, I don't think. Do you still want to start investigating by enabling pprof and start running some Openonu Go tests? Maybe not with 64 users, probably less users. I mean, if it's a leaky Go routine, I mean, we should still detect it no matter, 64 users or just one user. I mean, if you just run the iteration n number of times, you should still be able to detect such leaky Go routines.
Yes, I can do another approach. As I said, it was postponed these activities when we recognized that we have a central approach at ONF, but probably a misunderstanding. So I can put it on my agenda to have another approach.
Sure. I'll also check with Andrea and Theo as to what the goal of this SOAP test is. I mean, it probably makes sense to enable pprof on these jobs as well.
Okay.
We should have more data in the next call, but if you get a chance, just with a lesser number of users and more iterations, you should have less logs to analyze, and probably we should still be able to find out if there are any leaky Go routines.
Okay.
Okay. Open bugs. Oz, do you have any update on this? Have you addressed all the comments? Does it look good to merge?
Actually, I resolved all comments and I am waiting. I was wait for Jenkins job and it's successfully. I don't have any progress. I just sent my patch Monday. And Michael and Holger reviewed, and I resolved it.
Okay. Yeah, let me. Okay. Yeah, I'll also take a look at this patch later today. And
Sure. Did you add yourself? Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
I'm on CC.
Yeah.
Okay. Wall 3609. What's that? Is this the same thing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Backport to 2.8. Holger, any update? Did we backport all the issues or?
Actually, for the reconciling issues, I would say that all the main stuff is backported, but there are some backporting open for the load upgrade or for the download for the ONU upgrade. But these activities were some kind of delayed by our current efforts regarding the TT multi-UNE support. But now I can resume this activity, and so should be. I think two backports are open, important backports, and some could be probably missed out regarding reconciling because the code is very different, and the current Jenkins jobs are running really green. So
Got it.
We will think about it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
But as I said, these software upgrade stuff will be backported the next days.
Software update. I think someone was working on this. Yeah, I think we are making good progress in terms of code reviews. I saw another patch coming in from Kesavan, and Michael has shared some comments. I don't think we have Kesavan here. Yeah, yeah, but I think we are moving ahead, so that's good. I think once this patch is merged, we still need to test this at scale. We'll see how that goes. What's this one? Yeah, this is probably lower priority. I think Michael was suggesting some enhancements.
I think that was seen only in a rare case where we used a very early load of one of our ONUs, which had some bugs in it. Okay. And there we came into a system state where we had trouble to upgrade again, but we haven't seen it again. I would also rate it down a little bit.
Okay. White. Osk, probably you're the best person to share some updates here. Have you made progress since last meeting? I thought you said there were some blockers with some when you're not getting right.
Actually, I have a blocker issue about ONU. My problem is ONU cannot start SIP registration, and I let know this problem Zyxel company, and they are analyzing my ONU dump, and I am just waiting a news about this problem. I don't have any progress.
Okay. I hope you're getting all the
I hope.
you need from like, sorry, I mean,
Okay.
we at YNF probably cannot help much here. By the way, do you have any backup plan? I mean, if you are unable to make progress here,
Yeah. I have a Alpha ONU device, GPON ONU, and I will try it. I will try this scenario with Alpha ONU.
okay. And you think that works?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Yeah, all the best. Yeah, multi-unit tests with different T count. I checked the Slack messages. It looks like we needed to adjust the instance control for the tech profile, and we were able to, I think that passed all the tests. So is that correct?
Actually, that this was an issue we, Thorsten and I was working last days.
Yeah, but I think we have a resolution on this one. It was just the limitation on the T counts that the BBC was reporting, and that wasn't.
Actually, I think Thorsten, there's three issues, right? The one is that the T-cont configuration was wrong, and we were running out of T-cons at the ONU. And the second one was the Jira we had talked about at the beginning, that the T-cons delete requests are not sent for some of the T-cont assignments. And Thorsten, there was another thing that this owners command was not working, but I think there's Andrea was working on it.
Yes, these are three issues we have, but I think this here is only the first one, that the instance configuration was not correct in the tech profiles.
Yeah.
I made a patch, and we came later on in testing to this point, and Mahir gave me some help there, and hopefully the solution I made is this one which Mahir suggested, and it works so far. And so I think we can remove this point here or finish it.
Yeah, let me close this. Of course, there is an issue with disable enable ONU when the instance control is single instance. We see that the TP instance is not cleared for such TP tech profiles which have single instance ONU. I look into that bug, but in general, I think we have a resolution on this particular test.
Probably can take this point as a placeholder for the three problems. But this, Thorsten, do you remember what was a fault report of this owner stuff?
It's a little bit, you can see it in chapter testing. I wrote it there.
Okay, then let's talk about that.
Where's strike through? Okay. We discussed this item. So the next one is testing. MIB audit. Okay. Thorsten, you have an update on this one?
Yes, I wrote this Jira, this small story about the test case we expected,
Okay.
but there we come back to the issue Holger mentioned above. Precondition for automated test case is the Jira 3784 5. This is the one with the extension of the PM data.
Mhm.
Else, I don't know how we can automate it. I can do it manually by checking the ONU logs, but
Okay.
for pipeline, it's not the good way.
Okay, I see what you mean. Would it make sense to, raise an event? When there is a MIB sync failure, probably you could monitor such events.
You mean a Kafka event or?
Yeah, Kafka event, just like how there are various events that, the adapter raises, for like alarms, PMs, discovery, activation. Probably we could have some events for, MIB sync failure, or MIB audit failure, or MIB audit success, things like that.
But when this is in real life and in the field deployment, how are these? Where are these events are collected in the NEM, or where are they terminated?
Yeah, most likely in M. I'm just throwing out ideas here. I don't know if this is the right approach. Trying to answer Torsten's question. The trouble he has from the test perspective as a user is be able to detect, that there was indeed MDS counter, a wrong MDS counter, and the stack was able to actually adjust itself and come into a proper state again.
Do we have an example where such event is, or a free flying event is already used?
Already used as in externally from an external system?
No. For here, can you remember, or can you think on any use case where such a free flying event is already in place here in the Volta stack?
I cannot really think of any such event right now. There are events for discoveries, activation, alarms, other alarms like LOS, or dying gas, things like that. But I don't see any others. I don't recall having any other events.
Okay, but probably can talk in Slack how to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we can get to resolution of this one right now, but yeah, let's discuss more on Slack. The next one, reconciling with wrong MDS counter.
Yes, this patch is implemented and ready for review. Exactly 2 patches, one for the CI management and one for the robot environment. I invite a lot of people there. Hopefully they can take a look at it. There is a mixed type of the instance control for high-speed internet access and for VoIP. I use single instances, and for MCAST, I use multi instances. So we get at last 6 Tcons that BabySim will provide. And this is what I understand, what Mahir suggests. I think Mahir is on the call. Is it right, what I say?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, yeah, yeah. And is it right what I do there?
Yeah, I haven't seen the patch. If this is a patch, sorry, by the way, I'm on my way to the office, so I'm using car, cannot see the screen well. So if you're talking about the patch, I haven't seen the patch, but what you described is correct. I mean, two instance controls, single instance for 2 services and multi-instance for 1 service is correct.
Okay, you can take a look at the patch when you're in the office, and I will see tomorrow your comments. So, okay, sure. The patch is ready, and okay, but during the modifications, I switched from single UNI to multi UNI environment, and when I was doing this, there came up 2 further issues. Holger already mentioned these 2 issues. One issue is that the deletion of the tech profiles in the etcd doesn't work correctly. We already talked at the beginning of the meeting. And the
question here, sorry, when you're talking about the deletion, so you gave services to more than 1 UNI, and during the deletion of first, you will not receive a delayed GAM or TCONS message from ONU adapter. When you delete the second one, so all services of the TCON is deleted, then you will receive a delayed TCON from the OLT adapter. And if you're only deleting the first one, you will not receive the delayed TCON message, so will not delete the TCON.
Holger, okay.
Yeah, the use case was that the ONU is fully configured with this configuration, and then the device is disabled. And the new approach of the OLT app is that upon disable device command, all the TPs and flows should be deleted. And this is working for the other scenarios, but not for the new one Thorsten created here. As I think you
okay, got it. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't know the scenario, so I tried to explain the case. Okay, then. Do you have a task for this to?
Yeah, there's a fault report we discussed at the beginning of the meeting, and Girish will have a look at it. Perhaps you can have a look at the protocol at the meeting minutes afterwards. You will see it on top of the minutes. This Jira.
Yeah, there is a Jira that Holger created. You can check it later.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Thorsten. Sorry.
Both Jiras are there at the end, but keep in mind open issues, blah, blah. 4559 is the one, I think, from Holger, and 4558 is the other issue Holger already mentioned above. This is that remove subscriber Unitech doesn't work. I think it's called something like this, but there is already a patch prepared by Andrea, and
okay,
and hopefully when this works, then the test suite will run correctly.
Yeah, this most likely requires a new release of ONOS. Let's see. It's Andrea's domain.
Hopefully it will be merged very soon.
This is already merged, but I think we need a new ONOS release.
Ah, it's merged.
This was changed in the OLT app.
Mm.
Now we will need a new ONOS release with the
Yeah.
app embedded.
Okay. That's all from my side for today.
Thanks, Thorsten. Let me check with Andrea for this one. What was this? And this one. Okay, yeah, I look into this. Software upgrade test, multi-ONU test. Yeah, I mean, this is cryptic to me. Does anyone know what this item entails?
Isn't this a scale test for software upgrade with 1024 ONUs?
Not this one. Multi-ONU test.
I think this was according to backporting.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see. No, I got it. Actually, there's a multi-ONU test case in 2.9 and master, Thorsten, I think, and
Master.
Yeah, and to backport it to the 2.8, you need some code modification, right, for the backport activity.
Right.
Okay. Is someone working on this? Do we have a Jira?
Now, this is also we talked about earlier regarding backporting. As I said, there are some changes for ONU software upgrade, which has to be backported.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know, Thorsten, is this test case also available in 2.9 or only in master?
Currently, it's only in master because we don't have really 2.9 branch or however you call it.
You mean you have no test, no branch of the test repo for 2.9, right?
I think there is something prepared for 2.9, but not completely. I don't know if Andrea is working on it or someone else, but there are some files are missing, and I think Andrea would like to do it.
This one?
Some Groovy files are missing, and
No, you mean to prepare a complete branch for the system test environment, right?
yes, and for the CI management too.
Girish, do you know what the strategy is regarding the tests? Currently, we have a pipeline for 2.8 and the master pipeline, but no pipeline for 2.9. Do you know when this will be introduced?
There is no pipeline for 2.9. There should have been.
Thorsten, do you have seen a pipeline for 2.9?
No, there's nothing.
Sure. Okay.
It can't be there because there's a lot of files are missing, or there are a lot of files are missing.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind pinging on the Atran Dev channel to Andrea or Theo? Probably they are the best persons to, or Hardik. They are the best person to answer this question.
We can do it in this channel, in the name channel. Once
Sure.
again, yes.
Thanks. Yeah, the scale test for OMC transfer during ONU update. I think we need to test this once K7's changes are merged. I don't know what's the plan for this. Is there a test case for that? I have no idea. Probably let's wait for the patch to merge, and probably Andrea or Theo have more idea on what needs to be done here. And let's discuss this in the next call. BBSIM to send unknown attributes. I don't see any progress on this one. It's assigned to Theo. I just checked with him. Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, if I can say a word about the Jira I was working on and adding a pot support to BBSIM.
Did we miss that item here?
Yeah, it was in VoIP, but I think you missed it.
I'm really sorry. Where was that?
Sorry?
But you're not sharing.
I'm not sharing. Sorry. Can you see my desktop now?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was that? I'm sorry if I missed it.
It was in VoIP, but no link.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is
Oh.
Jira 4420.
Okay.
And right now, the patch is, I mean, it's in work in progress, but is ready. I just need a last change to solve a comment from you, Girish, but I was waiting for a confirmation from Chip for a doubt on some values for the circuit pack MEs.
Okay.
And other than that, Mahir and Ozge reviewed the patch. So I think that's the only thing before making it final.
Got it. Yeah, you can just ping Chip or anyone if you need any help.
Yeah. For that, if I guess they're having trouble with the Zycel modem, if they get a MIB upload or the initial MIB discovery from the an alpha that has pot supports, that might help, because some of the questions are related to some of the base MEs, the card holder and such. And I've not actually done very much VoIP OMCI at all.
Okay.
So having an example that might point us in the right direction for a few of those values.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Sorry. Ask. Do you mind sharing MIB, the MIB upload data that you received from Zycel? I mean that should.
Sure. I can share.
Okay.
And then that should most likely be uploaded to the etcd. I mean, if you dump etcd, I think we should find it.
Yeah, it should be an etcd, and what we just need to do is for BBSIM is to make sure that some of the ONU2G values that relate to that flow into those card holder and other MEs are all appropriate for BBSIM, and I'll help it with that.
Okay, but I will send email, or I need to share on Slack.
Yeah, I mean, and just mail it to me and me, Chip, and
Okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
It sounds great.
Thanks.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, then. Thanks for attending this call. Have a good rest of the day. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.